Hi, good morning. My name is Father Rayappa. I'm going to talk today about uh, watchers. Must have heard some of these strange words: watchers, Samyaza, Nephilim, Rephaim. All these words, some of them are found in the Hebrew Bible in the Old Testament. Otherwise, these words are commonly found in the Book of Enoch, but it is an apocryphal literature. But Ethiopian, Eritrean Orthodox churches, Copts, they treat this Book of Enoch as canonical, but Catholic Church and Christianity treat the Book of Enoch as apocryphal. And actually, in Genesis chapter 6, verse 1 to 4, we hear about Nephilim. They are mentioned as giants. Nephilim and Rephaim are kind of giant races, Og and Goliath, one who fought with the youngster David, and David killed Goliath. So Goliath belonged to Nephilim or Rephaim, the giant race. Actually, the Catholic and the Protestant Bibles, they translate them as giants, Nephilim. They don't mention too often about Rephaim or Nephilim. They mention them generally as giants. Let me read Genesis chapter 6, verse 1 to 4. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants in the earth in those days. And also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. Actually, the watchers, they fathered children. The watchers, there were 200 watchers. In other words, angels, seraphim, the fallen angels. So watchers or seraphim, about 200 of them. The leader was Samyaza, that is the name. And the watchers, they are good and they are bad. And Samyaza and 200 angels, seraphim angels, they had illicit sex with human women, and they fathered. The combination of divine and human, they birthed into a new species called Nephilim or Rephaim. In the Book of Enoch, the watchers or angels dispatched to earth to watch over the humans. They soon begin to lust for human women, and at the prodding of their leader Samyaza, defect en masse to illicitly instruct humanity and procreate among them. The offspring of these unions are the Nephilim, savage giants who pillage the earth and endanger humanity. Samyaza and his associates further taught their human charges, arts, and technologies such as weaponry, cosmetics, mirrors, sorcery, and other techniques that would otherwise be discovered gradually over time by humans, not foisted upon them all at once. Eventually, God allows a great flood to rid the earth of the Nephilim, but first sends Uriel to warn Noah so as not to eradicate the human race. The watchers are bound in the valleys of the earth until judgment day. We read in the Epistle of Jude, chapter 1, verse 6 says that these fallen angels are kept in everlasting chains under darkness until the judgment day. And the angels who did not keep their positions of authority but abandoned their proper dwelling, these he has kept in darkness, bound with everlasting chains for judgment on the great day. Watchers, those who are awake, that is the meaning. Those who guard, those who provide security. Watcher is a term used in connection with biblical angels. Watcher occurs in both plural and singular forms in the book of Daniel, where reference is made to their holiness. The apocryphal books of Enoch refer to both good and bad watchers, with the primary focus on the rebellious ones. Watchers are also known as Grigori. Watchers and Grigori are fallen angels. Watchers are first mentioned in the book of Daniel, chapter 4, verse 13, where they are seen in a vision. Other mentions of watchers are in the Dead Sea Scrolls and Pseudepigrapha. Watchers are also mentioned in the Book of Jubilees and in Slavonic Enoch, where they are called the Grigori or egregoroi, and are among the 200 fallen angels who follow Samyaza, their leader, to fornicate with mankind. In fact, the book of Daniel, chapter 4, verse 13, reads as follows: I saw in the visions of my head upon my bed, and behold, a watcher, and an holy one came down from heaven. These sons of God are the watchers, or Grigori, who are dispatched to earth to watch over it. They soon begin to lust after the daughters of men at the prodding of their leader, Samyaza. 200 defect en masse to illicitly instruct and cohabit with humanity. The offspring of these unions are the Nephilim giants who, according to Enoch, pillage the earth and devour humanity. Samyaza and his followers teach humanity arts and technologies such as weaponry and cosmetics, etc., etc. God allows the flood to get rid the earth of the Nephilim. Jude, the book of Jude says, these watchers are bound in the deepest hell. These are the leaders of 200 angels in Enoch, which are turned into fallen angels, because they took wives, mated with human women, and taught forbidden knowledge. The Jewish historical writing called Jubilees says that, for it was on account of these three things, fornication, uncleanliness, and injustice, that the flood was on the earth. Since it was due to fornication that the watchers had illicit intercourse, apart from the mandate of their authority, with women. When they married of them whomever they chose, they committed the first acts of uncleanliness. They fathered as their sons the Nephilim. Jubilees chapter 5 verse 6. So these are the three sins the watchers committed. One is fornication with human women, uncleanness, let's say, and the third one is injustice. So these are the grave sins committed by watchers. Anyway, actually, did fallen angels actually cohabitate with humans? There are plenty of controversies, and there is a lot of discussion going on. It has been the opinion of rabbinical scholars and the translators of the Septuagint that this event actually occurred. The early church agreed with this view. Justin Martyr, Cyprian, Eusebius, and even Josephus, a historical writer, accepted this view. While we should not let tradition have the final say in doctrinal matters, we can learn from their statements why they considered fallen angels to have actually been cohabitating with human females. Justin Martyr, the earliest of the church fathers, in his second apology wrote, "The angels lusted after women and beget giants. These giants upon death became the demons." This cohabitation with human females resulted in an offspring called Nephilim. The King James Version says giants. Giants in the Hebrew text are described as those who ruin the world by their violence. They comprise three classes: the original giants who begot the Nephilim, to whom in turn were born the Elohim. In the Bible we read Nebuchadnezzar, that is in the book of Daniel. Nebuchadnezzar means here to designate the character of the watcher, that he was holy, that he was one of the class of watchers who were ranked as holy, as opposed to others who were not holy. In Daniel, these are obedient angels. In the Book of Enoch, they are referred to as fallen angels. The name watcher or Grigori means those who watch, those who are awake, are the ones who never sleep. They are described as angels sent to earth in order to watch over and assist mankind during the inauguration of society. They were to monitor humanity, lending a helping hand, but not being intrusive into the course of humanity's growth. In Genesis, the 6th chapter, the watchers are turned into fallen angels because they take wives, mate with human women, and teach forbidden knowledge. The Book of Enoch also echoes this same understanding. So that is the story of watchers who were seraphim, angels, and they lusted for human women, and they entered in an illicit relationship with human women, and they fathered children who are known as Nephilim. So that is the story of watchers turning into Nephilim. Thank you.